She waited and waited, but Jose never called. Ms. Rodriguez has not heard from her son since the fall of 2015. However, she, like any good mother, has not changed her phone number, and over the past 5 years, she has waited by that phone hoping for a miracle. She's waited and prayed for that day when the phone would ring and Jose would apologize for missing her last 5 birthdays. Sadly, that day never came, and that phone remained silent. Ms. Rodriguez has come to realize that her son is never coming home. Each day she will wake up and live every parent's greatest nightmare, the death of her child. Within the last week, prosecutors and investigators met with Ms. Rodriguez and informed her that justice would finally come for her, her family, and Jose. After a nearly 5-year-long investigation and with the assistance of multiple federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies, the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office has filed criminal homicide charges against David Alzugaray and Roberto Torner, in connection with the disappearance and murder of Jose Herran. Mr. Alzugaray and Mr. Torner were arraigned earlier today by District Justice Daniel O'Donnell. Both Alzugaray and Torner have been charged with 1 count each of criminal homicide, criminal conspiracy to commit homicide. Alzugaray faces an additional count of abuse of a corpse, and Torner faces an additional 2 counts of criminal solicitation to commit homicide. Nothing can be done to bring Jose back. However, today is the first step to ensure that the people who callously killed her son will answer for their crime and for what they have stolen from Virginia Rodriguez and the rest of Jose's family and friends. Since 2015, investigators conducted multiple interviews with cooperating witnesses, executed search warrants, collected forensic evidence including blood samples and bone fragments from the suspected site of Jose's killing and dismemberment, as well as seized cutting instruments used to dismember his body and possible murder weapon in itself, a .22 high standard model R100 revolver, identified by a cooperating witness as being in the possession of Alzugaray on the day of Jose's disappearance. As you can tell from the detailed criminal complaint, this is but a fraction of the evidence that investigators have marshaled together to determine what happened to Jose and find out who killed him. This day would not have come without the diligent, collaborative work of the Pennsylvania State Police, the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, specifically the Detectives Unit, ATF, Weatherly Borough Police Department, and the DEA. Missing person investigations are time-consuming, and sometimes it takes years to piece everything together and to gather enough evidence that isn't just strong enough to charge, but hopefully strong enough to convict. The people of Luzerne County need to know that there is no such thing as a cold case. We never stop digging. We never abandon victims and their families, and we never stop seeking the truth and demanding justice. Once again, I thank you for being here, and at this point in time, I'm going to open it up to any questions that you may have.